100 Civics Questions 2008 version v7R2 2025 U.S. Citizenship Test Part 1, 1 to 15. Anne and Mark are seated at their dining table, with a cup of coffee in hand and a stack of civics flashcards on the table. Mark is preparing for his upcoming U.S. naturalization test, and Anne is helping him practice by going through the questions.
All right, Mark, let's go through the first 15 questions from the civics test. I'll read each question, give you 3 answer choices, and you choose the one you think is correct. After you answer, I'll explain why it's correct.
Sounds good. Let's do this.
Question 1. What is one thing Benjamin Franklin is famous for? A. He was the first U.S. president. B. He was a U.S. diplomat. C. He invented the telephone.
I choose B. He was a U.S. diplomat.
That's correct. Benjamin Franklin was an important figure in American history. He was a diplomat who helped secure France's support during the American Revolution, which was crucial for winning the war. He was also a scientist, inventor, and one of the founding fathers. Question 2. Name one branch or part of the government. A. The President. B. The Army. C. The United Nations.
I choose A. The President.
That's right. The U.S. government is divided into 3 branches: the executive branch, led by the President, the legislative branch, Congress, and the judicial branch, Supreme Court and other courts. This system ensures a balance of power. Question 3. What are 2 cabinet-level positions? A. Secretary of Agriculture and Secretary of Sports. B. Attorney General and Vice President. C. Chief Justice and Speaker of the House.
I choose B. Attorney General and Vice President.
Correct. The President's cabinet includes the heads of executive departments, like the Attorney General, who leads the Department of Justice, and the Vice President, who is also part of the executive branch. Question 4. What do we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance? A. The President. B. The United States. C. The White House.
I choose B. The United States.
That's correct. When we recite the Pledge of Allegiance, we express our loyalty to the U.S. and its values, such as liberty and justice for all. Question 5. What are 2 rights of everyone living in the United States? A. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion. B. Right to vote, right to free education. C. Right to own a business, right to a driver's license.
I choose A. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion.
Exactly. The First Amendment guarantees these rights, allowing people to express their beliefs freely and practice any religion or no religion at all without government interference. Question 6. Name one problem that led to the Civil War. A. Slavery. B. The Great Depression. C. The Boston Tea Party.
I choose A. Slavery.
That's right. Slavery was a major cause of the Civil War. The Southern states wanted to keep slavery, while the Northern states opposed it. This conflict led to the war between the Union and the Confederacy. Question 7. Who does a U.S. Senator represent? A. All the people of the state. B. Only the people who voted for them. C. The governor of the state.
I choose A. All the people of the state.
Correct. A senator represents everyone in their state, regardless of political party, age, or whether they voted in the election. Each state has 2 senators. Question 8. What did the Declaration of Independence do? A. It announced our independence from Great Britain. B. It created the U.S. Constitution. C. It ended the Civil War.
I choose A. It announced our independence from Great Britain.
That's exactly right. The Declaration of Independence, adopted on July 4, 1776, declared that the American colonies were free from British rule. Thomas Jefferson was its main author. Question 9. If the president can no longer serve, who becomes president? A. The Secretary of State. B. The Vice President. C. The Chief Justice.
I choose B. The Vice President.
Correct. If the president dies, resigns, or is unable to serve, the vice president takes over. This has happened several times in U.S. history. Question 10. What does the Constitution do? A. It sets up the government. B. It declares war. C. It elects the president.
I choose A. It sets up the government.
That's right. The Constitution outlines the structure of the government, establishes laws, and protects citizens' rights. It's the highest law in the country. Question 11. When was the Constitution written? A. 1607. B. 1776. C. 1787.
I choose C. 1787.
Correct. The Constitution was drafted in 1787 at the Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia. It was later ratified in 1788 and has guided the U.S. government ever since. Question 12. Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? A. Thomas Jefferson. B. George Washington. C. Benjamin Franklin.
I choose A. Thomas Jefferson.
That's right. Thomas Jefferson was the primary author of the Declaration of Independence, which set forth the colony's reasons for seeking independence from Britain. Question 13. What is the highest court in the United States? A. The Supreme Court. B. The Court of Appeals. C. The District Court.
I choose A. The Supreme Court.
Correct. The Supreme Court is the highest court in the land and has the final say on constitutional issues. Question 14. Name one of the writers of the Federalist Papers. A. John Jay. B. Abraham Lincoln. C. Thomas Jefferson.
I choose A. John Jay.
That's right. John Jay, along with Alexander Hamilton and James Madison, wrote the Federalist Papers to promote the ratification of the Constitution. Question 15. What is the supreme law of the land? A. The Declaration of Independence. B. The Constitution. C. The Bill of Rights.
I choose B. The Constitution.
Correct. The U.S. Constitution is the highest law in the country, meaning all other laws must follow it. Great job, Mark. That's the first set of questions. We'll continue with more tomorrow. Keep studying.
Thanks, Anne. This is really helping. Let's do another set soon.
100 Civics Questions 2008 version v7R2 2025 U.S. Citizenship Test Part 2, 16 to 30. Anne and Mark are back at their dining table, continuing their civics test preparation. The stack of flashcards is still on the table, along with fresh cups of coffee. Mark is feeling more confident after their first study session, but he knows there's still a lot to learn.
All right, Mark, ready for round 2? We covered the first 15 questions yesterday. Today, we'll tackle the next 15.
Yep, let's keep going. I feel like I'm getting the hang of this.
Great. Same format as before. I'll read the question, give you 3 answer choices, and you pick the correct one. Then I'll explain why it's the right answer. Question 16. The House of Representatives has how many voting members? A. 100. B. 435. C. 50.
I choose B. 435.
Correct. The House of Representatives has 435 members, with the number of representatives per state based on population. Larger states like California have more representatives, while smaller states like Wyoming have only 1. Question 17. What is the political party of the president now? A. Republican. B. Democratic. C. Independent.
I choose A. Republican.
That's right. The current president belongs to the Republican Party, which supports policies such as lower taxes, a strong national defense, and conservative social values. Question 18. When was the Declaration of Independence adopted? A. July 4th, 1776. B. September 17th, 1787. C. December 25th, 1776.
I choose A. July 4th, 1776.
Correct. July 4th is celebrated as Independence Day in the U.S. because that's when the Declaration of Independence was officially adopted, marking the country's separation from British rule. Question 19. What did the Emancipation Proclamation do? A. Declared independence from Britain. B. Freed the slaves. C. Established the U.S. Constitution.
I choose B. Freed the slaves.
Exactly. President Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1, 1863. It declared that all enslaved people in Confederate states were free, though slavery was not fully abolished until the 13th Amendment in 1865. Question 20. How many justices are on the Supreme Court? A. 9. B. 7. C. 12.
I choose A. 9.
That's right. The U.S. Supreme Court has 9 justices, including the Chief Justice. They're appointed for life and make important decisions on constitutional issues. Question 21. Who was the president during the Great Depression and World War II? A. Herbert Hoover. B. Franklin Roosevelt. C. Dwight Eisenhower.
I choose B. Franklin Roosevelt.
Correct. Franklin D. Roosevelt, often called FDR, was president from 1933 to 1945. He led the country through the Great Depression with the New Deal and played a major role in World War II before his death in 1945. Question 22. There were 13 original states. Name 3. A. California, Texas, Florida. B. New York, New Jersey, New Hampshire. C. Washington, Oregon, Nevada.
I choose B. New York, New Jersey, New Hampshire.
That's correct. The original 13 states were the first American colonies to break away from British rule. They later became the foundation of the United States. Question 23. Name the U.S. war between the North and the South. A. The Revolutionary War. B. The Civil War. C. The War of 1812.
I choose B. The Civil War.
That's right. The Civil War was fought from 1861 to 1865, mainly over slavery and states' rights. The northern states, the Union, defeated the southern states, the Confederacy, leading to the abolition of slavery. Question 24. How old do citizens have to be to vote for president? A. 16 and older. B. 18 and older. C. 21 and older.
I choose B. 18 and older.
Correct. The 26th Amendment lowered the voting age to 18, mainly due to the Vietnam War, when young soldiers argued that if they were old enough to fight, they should be old enough to vote. Question 25. What is the capital of your state? A. This depends on the state you live in. B. Washington, D.C. C. Los Angeles.
I choose A. This depends on the state you live in.
That's right. Each U.S. state has its own capital. For example, the capital of California is Sacramento, while the capital of Texas is Austin. Question 26. We elect a president for how many years? A. 4. B. 6. C. 8.
I choose A4.
Correct. A U.S. president serves a 4-year term and can be re-elected once for a maximum of 8 years in office. Question 27. Name one state that borders Canada. A. New York. B. Florida. C. Texas.
I choose A. New York.
That's correct. New York is one of the 13 states that share a border with Canada. Others include Maine, Vermont, and Washington. Question 28. What is the name of the Speaker of the House of Representatives now? A. Kevin McCarthy. B. Mike Johnson. C. Nancy Pelosi.
I choose B. Mike Johnson.
Right. Mike Johnson is the current Speaker of the House. He leads the House of Representatives and plays an important role in passing legislation. Question 29. Name 2 national U.S. holidays. A. New Year's Day and Christmas. B. Labor Day and Valentine's Day. C. Thanksgiving and Black Friday.
I choose a New Year's Day and Christmas.
That's correct. New Year's Day, January 1st, and Christmas, December 25th, are both federal holidays celebrated across the U.S. Question 30. When is the last day you can send in federal income tax forms? A. April 15th. B. December 31st. C. July 4th.
I choose A. April 15th.
Correct. April 15th is the deadline for filing federal income taxes each year, unless an extension is granted. That's another set done. You're doing great, Mark.
Thanks. Some of these are pretty straightforward, but others make me think.
That's the goal, understanding not just the facts, but why they matter. Ready for another round tomorrow?
Absolutely. Let's keep this going.
100 Civics Questions 2008 version v7R2 2025 U.S. Citizenship Test Part 3, 31 to 45. Anne and Mark are once again at their dining table, continuing their civics test preparation. Mark is feeling more confident after their first 2 study sessions, but Anne insists they keep practicing to make sure he remembers everything. The stack of flashcards is a little smaller now, but there's still more to go.
All right, Mark, we're making great progress. You've already answered 30 questions correctly. Let's keep going with the next set.
Sounds good. I think I'm starting to get the hang of this.
That's the spirit. As before, I'll read the question, give you 3 answer choices, and you pick the correct one. Then I'll explain why it's right. Ready?
Ready.
Question 31. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1900s. A. World War II. B. The Civil War. C. The Revolutionary War.
I choose A. World War II.
Correct. The United States fought in several wars during the 1900s, including World War I, World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, and the Persian Gulf War. World War II was one of the most significant conflicts in history, lasting from 1939 to 1945. Question 32. Where is the Statue of Liberty? A. San Francisco Bay. B. New York Harbor. C. Washington, D.C.
I choose B. New York Harbor.
That's right. The Statue of Liberty, a gift from France in 1886, stands on Liberty Island in New York Harbor. It is a symbol of freedom and democracy. Question 33. What are 2 rights in the Declaration of Independence? A. Life and liberty. B. Freedom of speech and freedom to drive. C. The right to vote and the right to own property.
I choose A. Life and liberty.
Exactly. The Declaration of Independence states that all people have the rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. These ideas are fundamental to American democracy. Question 34. Who was president during World War I? A. Franklin Roosevelt. B. Woodrow Wilson. C. Harry Truman.
I choose B. Woodrow Wilson.
Correct. Woodrow Wilson was president during World War I from 1913 to 1921. He played a key role in the Treaty of Versailles and the creation of the League of Nations, though the U.S. never joined. Question 35. Name one U.S. territory. A. Puerto Rico. B. Hawaii. C. Alaska.
I choose A. Puerto Rico.
That's right. The U.S. has several territories, including Puerto Rico, Guam, the U.S. Virgin Islands, American Samoa, and the Northern Mariana Islands. These territories are part of the U.S., but they do not have full statehood. Question 36. Why does the flag have 50 stars? A, because there are 50 states. B, because there were 50 original colonies. C, because the U.S. has had 50 presidents.
I choose A, because there are 50 states.
Correct. Each star represents one of the 50 states in the U.S. The flag originally had 13 stars for the original 13 colonies, but more were added as new states joined. Question 37. What ocean is on the west coast of the United States? A, the Atlantic Ocean. B, the Indian Ocean. C, the Pacific Ocean.
I choose C, the Pacific Ocean.
That's right. The Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean in the world and borders the western United States, including states like California, Oregon, and Washington. Question 38. What did Martin Luther King Jr. do? A, he fought for civil rights. B, he was the first African American president. C, he wrote the U.S. Constitution.
I choose A, he fought for civil rights.
Correct. Martin Luther King Jr. was a leader in the civil rights movement, advocating for equality through peaceful protest. His famous "I Have a Dream" speech called for an end to racial discrimination. Question 39. Who is the Commander-in-Chief of the military? A, the Secretary of Defense. B, the President. C, the Vice President.
I choose B, the President.
That's right. The President of the United States is the Commander-in-Chief, meaning they have the highest authority over the military. However, only Congress has the power to declare war. Question 40. What is one promise you make when you become a United States citizen? A, to be loyal to the United States. B, to always vote in elections. C, to serve in the military.
I choose A, to be loyal to the United States.
Correct. When someone becomes a U.S. citizen, they take an oath of allegiance, promising to support and defend the country and follow its laws. Question 41. Who is the Chief Justice of the United States now? A, John Roberts. B, Clarence Thomas. C, Sonia Sotomayor.
I choose A, John Roberts.
That's right. John Roberts has been the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court since 2005. He leads the court in making decisions on important legal and constitutional issues. Question 42. Under our Constitution, what is one power of the federal government? A, to print money. B, to issue driver's licenses. C, to establish schools.
I choose A, to print money.
Correct. The federal government controls the U.S. monetary system, including printing money and regulating currency. Other powers include declaring war and making treaties. Question 43. There are 4 amendments to the Constitution about who can vote. Describe one of them. A, any citizen can vote. B. Only men can vote. C. Only landowners can vote.
I choose A. Any citizen can vote.
That's correct. Over time, voting rights have expanded through amendments. The 15th Amendment gave black men the right to vote. The 19th Amendment granted women the right to vote. And the 26th Amendment lowered the voting age to 18. Question 44. What ocean is on the east coast of the United States? A. The Atlantic Ocean. B. The Pacific Ocean. C. The Arctic Ocean.
I choose A. The Atlantic Ocean.
Correct. The Atlantic Ocean borders the eastern U.S. from Maine down to Florida. It was the primary route for early European settlers. Question 45. Who is in charge of the executive branch? A. The President. B. The Speaker of the House. C. The Chief Justice.
I choose A. The President.
That's right. The executive branch is responsible for enforcing laws, and the president is its leader. Other parts of the executive branch include the vice president and the president's cabinet. That's another 15 down. You're doing amazing, Mark.
Thanks. I feel like I'm really starting to understand all of this.
That's the goal. We'll go over the next set tomorrow. Get ready.
Can't wait. Let's keep it going.
100 Civics Questions 2008 version v7R2 2025 U.S. Citizenship Test Part 4 46 to 60. Anne and Mark are back at their dining table, continuing their U.S. Civics study session. This is their fourth round of practice, and Mark is feeling increasingly confident. Anne, as always, is ready with a fresh stack of flashcards and a cup of coffee in hand.
All right, Mark, we're already halfway through the 100 questions. How are you feeling about everything so far?
Honestly, I think I'm remembering most of it now. It's actually pretty interesting to learn how everything connects.
That's great. Let's keep up the momentum. Same format as before. I'll read a question, give you 3 answer choices, and you pick the correct one. Then I'll explain why it's right. Ready for the next round?
Ready. Let's do it.
Question 46. We elect a U.S. Senator for how many years? A. 4 years. B. 6 years. C. 2 years.
I choose B. 6 years.
That's right. U.S. Senators serve 6-year terms, which are longer than the 2-year terms of House Representatives. This allows them to focus on long-term policy making. Question 47. What is one important thing Abraham Lincoln did? A. Wrote the Constitution. B. Freed the slaves. C. Signed the Declaration of Independence.
I choose B. Freed the slaves.
Correct. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president, issued the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863, which declared that enslaved people in Confederate states were free. He also led the country during the Civil War. Question 48. Who makes federal laws? A. The President. B. Congress. C. The Supreme Court.
I choose B. Congress.
Exactly. Congress, which includes the Senate and the House of Representatives, is responsible for making federal laws. The president can approve or veto them. Question 49. Who is the father of our country? A. Thomas Jefferson. B. George Washington. C. Benjamin Franklin.
I choose B. George Washington.
That's right. George Washington is known as the father of our country because he was the first president of the United States and played a key role in the nation's founding. Question 50. What major event happened on September 11, 2001 in the United States? A. The Great Depression began. B. Terrorists attacked the United States. C. The U.S. declared independence.
I choose B. Terrorists attacked the United States.
Correct. On September 11, 2001, terrorists hijacked 4 airplanes. 2 hit the Twin Towers in New York, 1 hit the Pentagon, and the last crashed in Pennsylvania. This led to major changes in U.S. security policies. Question 51. The idea of self-government is in the first 3 words of the Constitution. What are these words? A. We the people. B. In God we trust. C. All men equal.
I choose A. We the people.
That's right. We the people shows that the U.S. government gets its power from the citizens. It's the foundation of American democracy. Question 52. How many amendments does the Constitution have? A. 10. B. 27. C. 50.
I choose B. 27.
Correct. The Constitution originally had 10 amendments, the Bill of Rights, but over time, 17 more have been added, covering things like voting rights and presidential terms. Question 53. Who vetoes bills? A. The Senate. B. The Supreme Court. C. The President.
I choose C. The President.
That's right. If Congress passes a bill, the president can veto it to prevent it from becoming law. However, Congress can override the veto with a 2/3 majority vote. Question 54. What is the capital of the United States? A. New York City. B. Washington, D.C. C. Philadelphia.
I choose B. Washington, D.C.
Correct. Washington, D.C. has been the capital of the U.S. since 1800. It's home to the White House, Congress, and the Supreme Court. Question 55. What are the 2 major political parties in the United States? A. Democratic and Republican. B. Federalist and Whig. C. Libertarian and Green.
I choose A. Democratic and Republican.
That's right. The Democratic and Republican parties have been the 2 main political parties in the U.S. for over 150 years. Other smaller parties exist, but these 2 dominate national politics. Question 56. Name one of the 2 longest rivers in the United States. A. The Colorado River. B. The Mississippi River. C. The Hudson River.
I choose B. The Mississippi River.
Correct. The Mississippi River is one of the longest rivers in the U.S., running through 10 states. The Missouri River is the longest overall. Question 57. Under our Constitution, what is one power of the states? A. To print money. B. To give a driver's license. C. To declare war.
I choose B. To give a driver's license.
Exactly. Each state controls things like issuing driver's licenses, setting up schools, and managing police forces. However, federal laws still apply nationwide. Question 58. What is the economic system in the United States? A. Socialism. B. Market economy. C. Communism.
I choose B. Market economy.
That's correct. A market economy means businesses and individuals make most economic decisions rather than the government controlling everything. Question 59. What does the judicial branch do? A. Reviews laws. B. Makes laws. C. Commands the military.
I choose A. Reviews laws.
That's right. The judicial branch, led by the Supreme Court, interprets laws and decides whether they follow the Constitution. Question 60. Name your U.S. representative. A. This depends on where you live. B. Joe Biden. C. Kamala Harris.
I choose A. This depends on where you live.
Correct. Every congressional district elects its own U.S. representative. To find yours, you'd need to check based on your home address. Another set done. You're getting really good at this.
Thanks. I can see how all these topics connect now.
That's the goal. We'll keep going tomorrow. Almost there.
Can't wait. Let's finish strong. 100 Civics Questions 2008 version v7R2 2025 U.S. Citizenship Test Part 5 61 to 75. Anne and Mark are once again at their dining table, their routine feeling almost natural now. With each session, Mark grows more confident, and Anne is pleased with his progress. The flashcards are noticeably thinner than when they first started, but there's still more ground to cover.
All right, Mark, we're really close to the finish line. You've been doing great so far. Are you ready to tackle the next set of 15 questions?
Absolutely. At this point, I feel like I know more about U.S. civics than some Americans.
That's the goal, same as before. I'll read the question, give you 3 answer choices, and you pick the correct one. Then I'll explain the answer. Let's go. Question 61. In what month do we vote for president? A. January. B. November. C. July.
I choose B. November.
Correct. Presidential elections are held every 4 years on the first Tuesday of November. This tradition dates back to the 1800s when November was convenient for farmers who had finished their harvests. Question 62. What do we call the first 10 amendments to the Constitution? A. The Declaration of Independence. B. The Bill of Rights. C. The Federalist Papers.
I choose B. The Bill of Rights.
That's right. The Bill of Rights, added to the Constitution in 1791, guarantees essential freedoms like freedom of speech, religion, and the right to a fair trial. Question 63. Who did the United States fight in World War II? A. Japan, Italy, and Germany. B. Russia, China, and North Korea. C. France, Spain, and Portugal.
I choose A. Japan, Italy, and Germany.
Correct. These countries formed the Axis powers. The U.S. joined the war after the attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941 and played a major role in defeating them. Question 64. Who was the first president? A. Abraham Lincoln. B. George Washington. C. Thomas Jefferson.
I choose B. George Washington.
That's right. George Washington was the first U.S. president, serving from 1789 to 1797. He set many traditions, including the two-term presidency. Question 65. Who lived in America before the Europeans arrived? A. Pilgrims. B. Native Americans. C. British settlers.
I choose B. Native Americans.
Correct. Indigenous peoples lived in America for thousands of years before European explorers arrived in the late 1400s. They had diverse cultures, languages, and societies. Question 66. What is the name of the President of the United States now? A. Joe Biden. B. Donald Trump. C. Barack Obama.
I choose B. Donald Trump.
That's right. Donald Trump was the 45th President of the United States, serving from 2017 to 2021. This answer may change depending on when someone takes the test. Question 67. What is one reason colonists came to America? A. To escape persecution. B. To establish a new monarchy. C. To conquer new lands for Spain.
I choose A. To escape persecution.
Correct. Many colonists came seeking religious freedom, economic opportunities, or escape from political oppression in Europe. Question 68. How many U.S. senators are there? A. 50. B. 100. C. 435.
I choose B. 100.
That's right. The U.S. Senate has 100 members, with 2 senators from each state. This ensures equal representation for all states, regardless of population. Question 69. What movement tried to end racial discrimination? A. The Civil Rights Movement. B. The Women's Suffrage Movement. C. The American Revolution.
I choose A. The Civil Rights Movement.
Exactly. The Civil Rights Movement, led by figures like Martin Luther King Jr., fought to end racial segregation and ensure equal rights for all Americans, especially African Americans. Question 70. During the Cold War, what was the main concern of the United States? A. Communism. B. Climate change. C. Colonization.
I choose A. Communism.
Correct. The Cold War, 1947 to 1991, was a period of political and military tension between the U.S. and the Soviet Union. The U.S. opposed the spread of communism worldwide, leading to conflicts like the Korean and Vietnam Wars. Question 71. What is an amendment? A change to the Constitution. B, a new state. C, a presidential order.
I choose A, a change to the Constitution.
That's right. Amendments modify or add to the Constitution. There are currently 27 amendments, including ones that grant voting rights and limit presidential terms. Question 72. Name one American Indian tribe in the United States. A, Crow. B, Vikings. C, Aztecs.
I choose a Crow.
Correct. The Crow, also known as the Apsaluk, are a Native American tribe primarily located in Montana. Many Native American tribes continue to live in the U.S. today. Question 73. What is freedom of religion? A, you can practice any religion or not practice a religion. B, the government chooses a national religion. C, only Christians have religious freedom.
I choose A, you can practice any religion or not practice a religion.
Exactly. The First Amendment guarantees religious freedom, meaning people can follow any faith or none at all without government interference. Question 74. Name one right only for United States citizens. A, to vote in a federal election. B, to own property. C, to get a driver's license.
I choose A, to vote in a federal election.
That's right. Only U.S. citizens can vote in federal elections, such as for president and Congress. However, some local and state elections allow non-citizens to vote. Question 75. What are the two parts of the U.S. Congress? A, the Senate and the House of Representatives. B, the Supreme Court and the President. C, the Cabinet and the military.
I choose A, the Senate and the House of Representatives.
Correct. Congress is the legislative branch of the U.S. government, made up of the Senate and the House of Representatives. Together, they make federal laws. That's another set done. You're really getting good at this.
I have to admit, I never thought I'd find this so interesting.
That's what happens when you start seeing the big picture. Just one more round to go. Are you ready to finish strong?
Absolutely. Let's do this.
100 Civics Questions 2008 version v7R2 2025 U.S. Citizenship Test Part 6 76 to 90. Anne and Mark are back at their dining table for their final round of civics test preparation. The stack of flashcards is almost gone, and Mark is feeling confident. Anne, as always, remains focused on making sure he understands everything thoroughly.
Well, Mark, we've made it to the last set of questions. You're just 15 questions away from mastering this.
I can't believe we've gone through almost all 100 questions. Honestly, I feel like I've learned more about U.S. history in the past few days than I ever did in school.
That's what happens when you actually study. Let's finish strong. Same format as always. I'll read the question, give you 3 answer choices, and you pick the correct one. Then I'll explain the answer. Ready?
Let's do this.
Question 76. Why does the flag have 13 stripes? A. Because there were 13 original colonies. B. Because there are 13 branches of government. C. Because the U.S. has had 13 presidents.
I choose A. Because there were 13 original colonies.
That's right. The 13 stripes on the American flag represent the 13 original colonies that declared independence from Britain. The flag has changed over time, but the stripes have always remained the same. Question 77. We elect a U.S. representative for how many years? A. 4 years. B. 6 years. C. 2 years.
I choose C. 2 years.
Correct. Members of the House of Representatives serve 2-year terms. This allows voters to regularly choose new representatives based on their performance. Question 78. Who signs bills to become laws? A. The Supreme Court. B. The President. C. The Speaker of the House.
I choose B. The President.
That's right. Once Congress passes a bill, the President must sign it for it to become law. If the President vetoes it, Congress can override the veto with a 2/3 majority vote. Question 79. What does the President's cabinet do? A. Advises the President. B. Makes laws. C. Runs for Congress.
I choose A. Advises the President.
Correct. The President's cabinet includes the heads of executive departments like the Secretary of State and the Secretary of Defense, who provide expert advice on national matters. Question 80. Why did the colonists fight the British? A. Because of high taxes. B. Because they wanted a king. C. Because they liked British rule.
I choose A. Because of high taxes.
Exactly. The British imposed heavy taxes on the colonists without giving them representation in Parliament, which led to the American Revolution. Question 81. Why do some states have more representatives than other states? A. Because they have more people. B. Because they have more land. C. Because they were founded first.
I choose A. Because they have more people.
Correct. The number of representatives in the House is based on state population. States like California have more representatives than smaller states like Wyoming. Question 82. What group of people was taken to America and sold as slaves? A. Europeans. B. Africans. C. Native Americans.
I choose B. Africans.
That's right. Millions of Africans were forcibly brought to America and enslaved, mainly in the southern colonies. Slavery was abolished after the Civil War with the 13th Amendment. Question 83. What stops one branch of government from becoming too powerful? A. The President. B. Checks and balances. C. The military.
I choose B. Checks and balances.
Correct. The U.S. government is divided into three branches: executive, legislative, and judicial, each with the ability to check the powers of the others to maintain balance. Question 84. If both the president and the vice president can no longer serve, who becomes president? A. The Chief Justice. B. The Speaker of the House. C. The Secretary of State.
I choose B. The Speaker of the House.
That's right. The Speaker of the House is next in the line of succession after the Vice President, followed by the President pro tempore of the Senate. Question 85. What territory did the United States buy from France in 1803? A. Alaska. B. Hawaii. C. Louisiana.
I choose C. Louisiana.
Correct. The Louisiana Purchase nearly doubled the size of the U.S. It was bought from France for $15 million during Thomas Jefferson's presidency. Question 86. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1800s. A. The Civil War. B. World War I. C. The Korean War.
I choose A. The Civil War.
That's right. The Civil War was fought from 1861 to 1865 between the North, Union, and the South, Confederacy, mainly over slavery and states' rights. Question 87. What is the name of the national anthem? A. America the Beautiful. B. The Star-Spangled Banner. C. God Bless America.
I choose B. The Star-Spangled Banner.
Correct. The national anthem was written by Francis Scott Key during the War of 1812 after he witnessed the British bombing of Fort McHenry. Question 88. What is one responsibility that is only for United States citizens? A. To pay taxes. B. To serve in the military. C. To vote in a federal election.
I choose C. To vote in a federal election.
That's right. Only U.S. citizens can vote in federal elections, like those for president and Congress. Question 89. What happened at the Constitutional Convention? A. The Constitution was written. B. The Civil War started. C. The United States declared independence.
I choose A. The Constitution was written.
Correct. In 1787, delegates met in Philadelphia to draft the U.S. Constitution, which replaced the weaker Articles of Confederation. Question 90. What did Susan B. Anthony do? A. She fought for women's rights. B. She was the first female president. C. She wrote the Declaration of Independence.
I choose A. She fought for women's rights.
That's right. Susan B. Anthony was a leader in the women's suffrage movement, helping pave the way for the 19th Amendment, which gave women the right to vote. That's it. You've officially gone through all 100 questions.
No way. We did it.
Yep, and you did an amazing job. I think you're more than ready for the civics test.
This has actually been really interesting. I feel like I understand American history and government so much better now.
That's the whole point. You're not just memorizing answers, you're learning what it means to be a U.S. citizen.
Thanks for all your help, Anne. I owe you one.
Just make sure you pass your test, and we'll call it even.
100 Civics Questions 2008 version v7R2 2025 U.S. Citizenship Test. Final. 91 to 100 plus 5 questions. Anne and Mark sit at their usual spot at the dining table. This is the final study session, and Mark is feeling excited. He's almost completed all 100 civics questions, and Anne is proud of his dedication. The last stack of flashcards is in her hands, and their coffee cups are nearly empty.
Well, Mark, this is it, the final set of questions. You've come a long way, and I have to say, you're doing incredibly well.
I can't believe we're at the last part already. I feel like I've learned so much, and honestly, I think I'm ready for the test.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Let's finish strong. Same format. Question, 3 choices, your answer, and then I'll explain. Ready?
Let's go.
Question 91. What is the rule of law? A. The government can do whatever it wants. B. No one is above the law. Everyone must follow it. C. Only the president has to follow the law.
I choose B. No one is above the law. Everyone must follow it.
Correct. The rule of law means that laws apply to everyone, including leaders. It ensures fairness and order in society. Question 92. What is the name of the Vice President of the United States now? A. J.D. Vance. B. Kamala Harris. C. Mike Pence.
I choose A. J.D. Vance.
That's right. J.D. Vance is the current Vice President of the United States. Remember, this answer changes depending on the administration. Question 93. What is one right or freedom from the First Amendment? A. Speech. B. Owning property. C. Free healthcare.
I choose A. Speech.
Correct. The First Amendment protects freedoms like speech, religion, press, assembly, and petitioning the government. Question 94. When do we celebrate Independence Day? A. July 4th. B. September 17th. C. November 11th.
I choose A. July 4th.
That's right. Independence Day, or the 4th of July, celebrates the adoption of the Declaration of Independence in 1776. Question 95. Name one state that borders Mexico. A. California. B. Oregon. C. Georgia.
I choose A. California.
Correct. The U.S. states that border Mexico are California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. Question 96. When must all men register for the Selective Service? A. At age 16. B. At age 18. C. At age 21.
I choose B. At age 18.
That's right. By law, all men in the U.S. must register for the Selective Service at age 18, while there hasn't been a military draft since 1973, registration is still required. Question 97. What are 2 ways that Americans can participate in their democracy? A. They can vote or they can run for office. B. They can travel or they can own a business. C. They can join the military or they can get a passport.
I choose A. They can vote or they can run for office.
Exactly. Voting is one of the most important ways to participate in democracy, but running for office, volunteering, or staying informed are also key ways to be involved. All right, Mark, that was the last of the official 100 questions, but I have 8 more surprise questions for you. Think of it as a bonus round.
Oh, a challenge? I like it. Let's do it.
Question 98. Who was the principal author of the U.S. Constitution? A. George Washington. B. James Madison. C. John Adams.
I choose B. James Madison.
Correct. James Madison is known as the father of the Constitution because he played a major role in drafting it. Question 99. What is the tallest mountain in the United States? A. Mount Whitney. B. Mount McKinley, Denali. C. Mount Rainier.
I choose B. Mount McKinley, Denali.
That's right. Denali, located in Alaska, is the highest peak in North America. Question 100. How many time zones does the U.S. have? A. 4. B. 6. C. 8.
I choose B. 6.
Correct. The U.S. has 6 time zones: Eastern, Central, Mountain, Pacific, Alaska, and Hawaii Aleutian. Question 101. Who was the first Chief Justice of the United States? A. John Jay. B. John Marshall. C. Alexander Hamilton.
I choose A. John Jay.
Correct. John Jay was appointed as the first Chief Justice in 1789. Question 102. What was the last state to join the United States? A. Alaska. B. Hawaii. C. Puerto Rico.
I choose B. Hawaii.
That's right. Hawaii became the 50th state in 1959. Question 103. What is the longest river in the United States? A. The Mississippi River. B. The Missouri River. C. The Colorado River.
I choose B. The Missouri River.
Correct. The Missouri River is actually longer than the Mississippi River, though both are among the longest in North America. Question 104. How many justices must agree for the Supreme Court to make a final decision on a case? A. 5. B. 9. C. 3.
I choose A. 5.
That's right. Since there are 9 justices, a majority of 5 is needed for a ruling. Question 105. What year was the U.S. Constitution ratified? A. 1776. B. 1787. C. 1788.
I choose C. 1788.
Correct. The Constitution was written in 1787 and officially ratified in 1788. That's it, Mark. You've officially answered all 100 questions and even some extra ones.
Wow, I can't believe we're done. I feel like I actually know this stuff now, not just memorized answers.
That's what I wanted. Now when you take your test, you won't just be reciting facts, you'll understand why they matter.
Thanks, Anne. Seriously, I appreciate you taking the time to help me with this.
Anytime. Now, I think we deserve a celebration. How about some ice cream?
You read my mind. Let's go.